Hello, everyone. This is Bram Sportes. It is Friday, August 15, 2025, and I am your host, Brandon Ramos. And let's get started with some sports news and scores and stats. And let's start with the El Paso Chihuahuas continuing their road series against the Reno Aces. Their first game, they got the W, and on Wednesday, once again, a win for the Chihuahuas, 12-3. Then on Thursday, once again, another victory, 10-5. Make it three in a row against Reno. They are now 26-15 on the second half of the minor league season. And let's take a look at what happened with Tacoma, which the Dogs are chasing. Tacoma won their game on Wednesday. They lost their game on Thursday night, which means the Chihuahuas are now a game and a half back of that PCL lead in the standings, which sends them to the championship game. And so we'll see what happens next three games. Once again against Reno this weekend, and hopefully the Chihuahuas can get some wins and keep pace with Tacoma, who are visiting Salt Lake Bees in their series as well on the road. And now let's get you ready for this weekend. Let's start with the El Paso Locomotive FC, who will be hosting Monterey Bay tomorrow night, Saturday night at 7 p.m. over at Southwest University Park. Locomotive right now fourth place in the USL Western Conference standings, and hopefully the El Paso Locomotive FC can get a win this weekend. FC Juarez will take on Guadalajara on the road at Guadalajara, take on Chivas Saturday as well, 5 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. So FC Juarez first, and then we'll take a look at what happens with Locomotive FC. And then Juarez Femenil, they played a match a couple days ago against Leon. Unfortunately, they fell 3-2. However, Juarez Femenil still seventh place with 10 points. Their next match Sunday against Toluca at home at Estadio Olímpico Benito Juárez. And now let's go to the MLB scores from Thursday. Not a whole lot of games, but interesting games. Let's start with the Baltimore Orioles, who got the win over the Seattle Mariners 5-3, a 3-run fourth inning for the Orioles, including a 2-run fifth. And that's when gave the Orioles the win. The Toronto Blue Jays come back and beat the Chicago Cubs 2-1. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with a go-ahead 2-run home run in the seventh inning, which gave the Blue Jays the lead. That's his 20th homer of the season. And Max Scherzer was the starting pitcher for Toronto. He went 7 innings with 3 strikeouts. The Cleveland Guardians defeated the Miami Marlins 9-4. Gabriel Arias a go-ahead sac fly in the fifth inning. Then Guardians put in some insurance runs. Jose Ramirez scored 3 runs in this game. The Washington Nationals defeated the Philadelphia Phillies 3-2. Jose Tena a go-ahead 2-run single in the seventh inning. And then Paul DeJong hit a solo home run as well in this game. The Atlanta Braves once again beat the New York Mets 4-3, a 2-run eighth inning for the Braves, which gave them the lead. Ozzie Albies a go-ahead RBI double, and the starting pitcher Bryce Elder went 7 innings with 6 strikeouts. The Detroit Tigers beat the Minnesota Twins 4-3 in 11 innings. In that 11th inning, Gleyber Torres a go-ahead sac fly, and then you also had Riley Green in this game, not in the 11th inning, but in this game, he hit a 2-run home run. That was huge. The Arizona Diamondbacks defeated the Colorado Rockies 8-2. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. with the big hit of the game, a 3-run home run. And heading into the weekend, let's start with the AL East. The standings, the Toronto Blue Jays lead with 71 wins, 51 losses. The Boston Red Sox 5 games back of the lead. The AL Central has the Detroit Tigers sitting on top, 71-52 on the season. Cleveland is the second place team in this division, 6.5 games back of Detroit. The AL West has the Houston Astros on top, 68 wins, 53 losses. Seattle only a game and a half back of the Astros. The NL East has the Philadelphia Phillies on top, 69 wins, 52 losses. The New York Mets, 5 games back now of the Philadelphia Phillies after it was close in that NL East division. The NL Central has the Milwaukee Brewers with that 12 game winning streak right now. They are 76 and 44 on the season. The Chicago Cubs, 8 games back. And in the NL West, the San Diego Padres sit on top now with 69 wins, 52 losses. Now the Dodgers are chasing the Padres only a game back. And something interesting, San Diego and LA will take on each other this week in a 3-game series over at Los Angeles. It will be huge to see who will finish on top of the NL West starting next week. And let's go now to the wild card standings. Let's start with the American League. The Seattle Mariners hold the first wild card spot right now. The Boston Red Sox is second, and the New York Yankees the last wild card spot. And behind the Yankees are the Cleveland Guardians, a half game back, and then followed by the Texas Rangers, who are 3.5 games back of the Yankees. And in the National League, the Chicago Cubs have that first wildcard spot right now. The LA Dodgers now holding the second wildcard spot, and the New York Mets the last wildcard spot. The Cincinnati Reds are the first team out. They're just a half game back of the Mets, and the St. Louis Cardinals right behind them, 3.5 games back of the Mets. Now let's go to the WNBA. There were no games on Thursday, so these are the scores from Wednesday night. Let's start with the Connecticut Sun, who defeated the Chicago Sky 71-62. Layla Locken with 17 points in this game. The Golden State Valkyries defeated the Washington Mystics 88-83. Veronica Burton, a 30-point game for her. Golden State hit 15 3-pointers in this ball game. The Las Vegas Aces defeated the New York Liberty 83-77. Jewel Lloyd had 21 points in this game, and the Atlanta Dream defeated the Seattle Storm 85-75. Ryan Howard with 25 points and 7 assists. And let's go to some soccer. The pending game of the last quarterfinal of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, Philadelphia Union and New York Red Bulls, was played, and Philadelphia Union got the win 3-2, and now the semifinals are set in the U.S. Open Cup. More soccer, the UEFA Super Cup, which is between the champions of the UEFA Champions League and the UEFA Europa League, which in this case it was PSG and Tottenham facing the title for the UEFA Super Cup, and it was a good match. Tottenham had a 2-0 lead, and PSG came right back in the last minutes of the match. Made it a 2-2 draw. There was no extra time. They directly went to PKs, and here PSG completed the comeback 4-3 in the penalty shootout, and PSG wins the UEFA Super Cup. And the UTEP women's soccer season kicked off last night. They played at home against Abilene Christian, but unfortunately the Lady Miners fell 1-0, but it's the first game of the season. We hope the UTEP Lady Miners can get some wins in this season. And now let's go to the Little League World Series, which started on Wednesday with Venezuela getting the win over Puerto Rico 5-0. Nevada defeated Illinois 16-1. Panama defeated Australia 7-2. Connecticut over Texas 1-0. That was on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, Japan with a no-hitter defeated Czech Republic 12-0. South Carolina in 4 innings in a run roll effect defeated Massachusetts 13-0. Chinese Taipei defeated Mexico 3-0, and South Dakota defeated Pennsylvania 2-0. And with this, we conclude Bram Sportes on this Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.